So a question that I get asked a lot is, what's the difference between a turbocharger and a supercharger? Well, supercharger is something that is actually driven by the engine, so it takes horsepower to actually drive a supercharger. It's belt driven, so you have your accessory belt that usually runs your water pump, your power steering pump, alternator, AC compressor. Well, there's also a secondary belt that runs the supercharger itself. So the supercharger, it's instantaneous boost, just due to the fact that the minute the RPM changes, you're building boost automatically. With the turbocharger, you're using exhaust gases to actually propel the turbine inside the turbocharger, and that in turn will turn the actual intake side of the compressor wheel, which draws air in and actually compresses it, and that thus then goes inside your intake manifold, and you create boost like that as well. But people ask what's more efficient. I would say a turbocharger is way more efficient just due to the fact it doesn't take engine horsepower to actually turn the turbocharger. It just uses expelled exhaust gases in itself. A lot of new vehicles nowadays come with the turbocharger to increase volumetric efficiency. Volumetric efficiency is how much air you can stuff inside of the cylinder. Usually turbochargers, since you're increasing the amount of pressure when in the intake manifold, usually have over 100% volumetric efficiency. A supercharger in itself also increases volumetric efficiency as well, but there are two differences. So turbocharger uses exhaust gases, which I find is more efficient. The only issue sometimes you have is turbo lag. So what turbo lag is as you increase the engine RPM, the turbine has to spin up, and once it spins up, then you create boost. So usually you have about a second or two, but that's when you can either get into like a compound turbo setup or a twin spool setup like with the BMW in itself.